We are back for episode number 32 of the Not So Serious Life, where we cut out all the crap in your life, make it not so serious, and have some fun. Steve, you had a Chicago Cubs shirt on last week. Now you have, what is that, the Tigers?
Well, this was given to me by Sherry Welsh, one of the great coaches and consultants in the world, and we're moving to Michigan. And she gave me this wonderful gift. It's Detroit, but these are real diamonds, by the way.
Wow! Wait, so breaking news! You're moving to Michigan.
Yeah. So if any of our viewers are from Michigan, please get ready because Kathy and I are coming.
And by get ready, like let the authorities know is what you mean, right?
Well, no, just be ready to welcome us with some open houses and some welcoming parties. We party.
I love that. So are you going to sell that hat so you can buy a house in Michigan since it's all diamonds?
No. I'll keep this hat forever. I wear this hat when I coach difficult people.
No wonder you're always wearing it when you coach me. We love Sherry Welsh. Sherry is amazing. Love her to death. And let's get to our question of the day. Stephen D. Chandler, what'll it be?
Fruit Loops.
All right. Wait.
Is Fruit Loops?
You see how blindly I trust you. I trust you so blindly.
I know, you're starting to open.
So which one?
There are no loops. See, there's a lesson in that, Jason.
The lesson is never blindly follow Steve Chandler. That's the lesson.
Applejack.
This may be one of the last times we do cereal. I'm starting to think this is really...
So. You know that the word cereal comes from the goddess Ceres?
Does it really?
Yes, it does. I learned that on the architecture tour in Chicago.
You did that? I didn't do that. I heard it was amazing.
Captain on a boat, and I learned that among many other valuable pieces of information.
That's amazing. I will have to hear more about that on another episode where we're not trying to change people's lives. Okay, so this question comes from Derek, and Derek says, how can I change a self-sabotaging, time-wasting behavior? Derek, I hope you're not talking about watching the Not So Serious Life. How can I change a self-sabotaging, time-wasting behavior? And we asked for a little clarity on this, and what Derek said was the time-wasting behavior is Facebook. And I know that a lot of us can probably relate to this. He says, I've set timers, I turn them off, and I continue. I've announced in a post that I'm taking a Facebook holiday on 3 occasions, but then when I come back, I spend a bunch of time. I go on there when I'm tired and when I'm avoiding writing or editing. I know from Steve's fabulous Mindshift audio that laziness is fear underneath, and I just need to get on with the 4 projects my editors and readers are waiting for, and to stop avoiding sleep because I know I'm afraid of my power and potential when I'm fully rested. I know more time on Facebook means I'm not honoring my goals and have less reading time and a bunch of other things. So how can I change a self-sabotaging, time-wasting behavior like Facebook?
Okay.
Steve, what do you think about that?
Well, what do you think about it?
Yeah, so this is, I get this, and because we were talking about this before, Steve, Facebook can be a total time and energy suck. I mean, it can just suck you in, and you've seen it, I'm sure, with your clients that are coaches that, we spend so much time on Facebook, and so nobody's out there actually serving in the world. And my whole thing around this and anything else that I want to stop, a behavior I want to stop doing, is that if I try to completely rely on my willpower, it doesn't work, right? I can always overpower my willpower. But what helps me is setting up barriers, right? I want to lower barriers for things that I want to do more of, and I want to increase barriers for the things that I want to do less of. And so for me, I have used those timer programs. I really like them and they worked well for me. There's one called like Stay Focused where you put in like a time or a date. And I one time put in for 1 week, do not let me go to the Facebook website on my computer. And I just couldn't go. I've deleted the Facebook app off my phone so that I can't just easily click on it and go to it. Doesn't mean I still can't open up the Facebook webpage, but it creates a barrier. There's something that's in between me and that behavior that I don't want to do. The other thing that I'll say about that is, and this is something that Derek says in here, is about avoiding, they're going on Facebook to avoid writing or editing. And I love this because we talk about this a lot, and you talk about it a lot, Steve, with Owner Victim, is really looking at avoiding something versus creating something, right? And so if I'm going on Facebook to avoid something, I want to kind of think to myself, like, how do I feel at the end of spending 5 minutes on something that allows me to avoid something? Which for me, if I go on Facebook for 5 minutes to avoid working on a talk or something, I just feel like crap at the end of that 5 minutes. I don't feel better. I don't feel more rested and more creative. But if I spend 5 minutes on something that I'm actually creating, even if it's tough to get started, I feel like amazingly better. And that 5 minutes turns into 30. So I think just being aware of, am I doing something from a place of avoidance or am I doing something from a place of creation? That helps me kind of shift more towards the creation piece.
Yes, good. I like that.
What do you think? Because you're not a big Facebook person, so that's not a big deal for you, right?
So no, but here's the thing. What if Facebook is a welcome relief for Derek? What if Facebook is not a negative thing at all, but gives him a kind of balance and a place to relax and check in on his friends, and he wants to do less of it as well? So that you don't have to make something wrong or self-sabotaging or dramatically creepy, like it's wrong, it's self-sabotaging, I undermine my own success. We don't have to go that far. We can just say, I enjoy Facebook, and I might want to spend a little more time on my writing today. Because that's an easier transition to make than to say, Facebook is self-sabotaging, it's wrong, it causes me to avoid things. And I want to be a little more supportive of myself when I want to change a habit, instead of demonizing myself, making myself sound mentally ill. Self-sabotaging, that's like mental. Put me in a straitjacket, take me to Bellevue. And because I self-sabotage, I self-mutilate, I'm a danger to myself, I need to be watched. I don't have to go that far. I can say in a very simple way, I enjoy Facebook. It's a welcome relief from the stress of trying to write something or edit something. And after a little bit of Facebook, I'll gently go back to my writing and editing, and I won't make all these things wrong. I'll simply move from one to the other in a happy way and in a not so serious way.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, so not making it a breeding ground for shame, right? That's the whole language component. Like if we call it self-sabotaging, then to stop doing it is like some massive undertaking. But if it's just like, hey, this is something that I do enjoy once in a while, and I'm going to spend a little time there and then a little time on something else, that does feel a lot lighter and not so serious.
Yeah. Facebook is like a window to the world. So people in the days of the frontier days, when they didn't have technology, they wouldn't yell, and how come you spend so much time looking out that window? Get away from the window. Start churning the butter. Start churning the butter. Start churning the butter. Get away from the window. You're at the window all day. That's all. Your whole life is looking out the window. You're looking at the cows. You're looking at the coyotes. Get away from the window. You're self-sabotaging. I want to say, no, Facebook's a window to the world. What's wrong with looking out the window?
Yeah. I really felt like you were speaking.
Nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, I felt like you were speaking first person about those frontier days.
It was. I was there in those cabins. You know I was. And I'm not afraid to own my age and the era I come from. Self-sabotage, that's pretty serious mental illness. But a little too much time, it's a not so serious problem. These problems are not as serious as we think they are.
I love that. I even lose track of that sometimes when we get these questions. Is like I'm trying to think of like, what would I do and what's the answer that I would take in my own life? And I got to remind myself like there's even a less serious way. There's even a lighter way that we can approach this. So it's a great reminder for me too.
And lighter is more effective. Lighter gets you into your writing and editing faster than making this wrong and mentally ill what I'm doing.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that. So
Derek, you're not mental. You're not meant.
Well, I mean, you're a little mental if you watch the show, but beyond that, that's acceptable mentalness. So we all have that level of mentalness. So Derek, you don't have to beat yourself up. You can use Facebook. You can make it a fun thing and not have to worry about it being self-sabotaging. Cool. I love that. That's really helpful. That was way better than my answer. Like, maybe I'll just edit my answer out and I'll just keep yours in.
Your answer was good. No, don't cut it out.
I appreciate it. Thank you, Steve.
Don't cut it.
So from Elvis and from the Wu-Tang Clan, this is episode number 32 of The Not So Serious Life. Do not forget to send your questions into questions@thenotsoserious.life.com. And for anybody that sends a question, and if we use it on the show, we also send you guys an extra special gift. That's something I don't think we usually talk about, but we always send a nice little extra gift there, so that's always fun to receive.
We don't talk a lot about how giving we are.
I'm trying to incentivize people.
We don't like to talk about how good we are as people. We don't mention that a lot. We let other people say that.
Don't forget to send your questions in, questions@thenotsoseriouslife.com. Don't forget to go to our website, www.thenotsoseriouslife.com. Sign up for our free inner circle, and we will see you next time on The Not So Serious Life. Peace out.
Brace.